exactly. But
hopefully, you know what always makes me feel better, Pinky?
What makes you feel better, Brush?
It's a delicious steak dinner.
Ooh, that's a good one. I do love a delicious steak dinner. Coral Convergence, also pretty solid here. We have a fun matchup here between these two teams. Here in Pool B of this low ink bracket, I believe we have one of these teams is 2-1. Yeah, Coral Convergence is 2-1. Delicious Steak Dinner is 1-2 right now. So pretty evenly matched in terms of their record for the day. But aside from that, I don't have much on these teams here. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of the match that decides whether or not Coral Convergence will sort of show up and be a big alpha contender, if they'll not be able to drop another, or if we're going to see both these teams sort of neck and neck for the rest of the event. It's always a toss-up between the 1-2 and 2-1 set, but a lot riding on Coral Convergence if they want to make their way into an alpha bracket.
And who doesn't want to be into an alpha bracket? I mean, like, it's always so nice, like, just that little pat on the back, like, yeah, I am goated. I am good in the low-level scene. But we should be getting into this Game 1 here very shortly. Game 1's going to be on Zones, Barnacle, and Dime, which has quickly become one of my favorite maps in this game, in a competitive setting at the very least. Yeah, we see the map flash up there, but let's just get right into it. Let's see these comps on either side. I'm looking forward to it.
Can we talk about Delicious Steak Dinner's tag for a second? Like, they know how hungry I am right now. They're just rubbing it in. Say Brian, Tensui, Kawa, and Delter. What you got for me on these comps?
I mean, these comps are pretty fun. I always love to see some Range Blaster. Both teams have that Range Blaster, different, kit, of course. Red Ringer is definitely an option that's been picking up a lot, and we're seeing Sorella as well as an Inkbit option on the side of Delicious Steak Dinner. So, interesting comp on both sides. We're also seeing Ink Rush. But right now, it's just kind of that scramble in early neutral just to try and get that zone under control. Looks like for now, it's going to be in the hands of Coral Convergence.
I gotta be up, Pinky. You're gonna have to keep going. I'm dealing with a 3 FPS stream on my end.
Oh, don't worry. Same here. I'm trying to close all my tabs. My laptop is not happy with me right now.
Okay. Well, an Inkjet up and control for the first time is gonna still be held here by Coral Convergence as they try to start this lockout. Shark doing a great job holding that mid area. They're gonna go down though after sort of pushing back, and Cap will swing back over Delicious Steak Dinner now, trying to get their first hold.
Yeah, Delicious Steak Dinner has their first hold underway. This Kraken is trying to, cause some mayhem in the blocks of Barnacle, but big issue with Kraken in the meta is that it's just so slow compared to all the fast-moving options that have, been really rising to prominence. So it's hard for Kraken to get a lot of value here in this matchup. So Coral Convergence able to sort of mitigate that and get back into the swing of things right now. Still have a bit of zone control, but that reset is going to be popping the zone really fast.
Hey, I think I'm like 30 seconds behind you here, Pinky, because
oh,
I got a dominant cap here from the side of Delicious Steak Dinner. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. This is hell, Pinky. I have no idea what is happening in this game.
First time going back on the mic in a few months, and already, jumping back in the scuff. That's what I like to see, baby.
Yeah, me too. I have never felt this lost. I neutral now in mid as Cap trying to get held on. 30 to 50 ticks here. Delicious Steak Dinner able to hold on a little bit longer. They're able to continue this hold, they're going to be in knockout territory. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Cap, they will continue now. 20 ticks down. Looks like about 15 remain. Ticks going down left and right, and finally control will go back. This had a Coral Convergence, and a great job getting back in, but a big quick deficit they're gonna have to make up.
Oh, absolutely here. Yeah, this is a bit of a situation, but it seems like the Twitch audience is able to watch it, pretty nice. I'm still trying to get it all to load up, but there we go. We're seeing that Coral Convergence has that control of the zone in their hands. We're starting to get some more points on the board. 2 minutes on the clock thereabouts, and I mean, we're just gonna see what's gonna happen.
Points ticking down now into territory for a reverse cap as 12 ticks is taken back in the lead going to Coral Convergence, and no way in for Delicious Steak Dinner. They'll find some ticks and a neutral with 1 tick left, and an entire wipeout though comes back with Coral Convergence, and a quick little cap will end that game. So game 1 going to Coral Convergence. And what a fight it was. I mean, what a great job keeping their head in the game, seeing the points tick down so low from Delicious Steak Dinner and able to stay in it. They'll take game 1 in this set.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a little bit hard for me to get all of what's going on, so I appreciate you for sort of taking the reins towards the end of it. But it does seem as though that Coral Convergence is going to be getting that first game under their belt. I mean, Reef Slider is just a really strong tool to cap the zone, but since that nerf to its painting radius, it can't be your only option there, and we sort of saw the desperation from Delicious Steak Dinner there at the end. So very well done from Coral Convergence to take that first game. We're going to be going on to another classic. As much as I might not like its classic status, we're going to go on to Rainmaker Scorch Gorge here in game 2.
Wait, what do you mean you don't like its classic status?
I've been a day 1 hater of this map, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm still a year 2 hater of this map.
Wait, what about it in Rainmaker? What's your critique?
I don't know. I think if that Great Bridge was a little more real and you can actually get like a decent flank going, I think this map would be a lot more fun. But
okay.
As it stands,
so you think it's
got to
a single round?
Yeah, I don't like that single round that much.
And so my complaint about Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge was always that after you're through that checkpoint, like it's never a KO map. It's always going to be like a 10 to 20 point map.
I mean, I don't like that either.
Feels like a shove yourself through kind of situation.
Yeah, you kind of just shove yourself onto that checkpoint, and then once you do, you pray you have control, and if you do, the point goes from like 70 to 7 in like half a second. But you can never knock it out on this map because you got to run like literally through their spawn shield. So a bit of an awkward experience, but one that we're playing nonetheless.
Pinky, are you still playing competitively, or have you given up on that life?
I'm still trying. I'm still trying to find a team, to be completely honest.
Okay,
if anyone
heard.
wants to hit me up for some solo fun.
Can we get a verbal FA post live on the mic right now?
Yeah, I don't have any single results. I just am here for the vibes. But yeah, let's get right into it here for this game 2. This is a must-win scenario here for Delicious Steak Dinner. We're seeing a lot of the same stuff coming out. Both those RBs come back out to play. We're seeing that heavy edits. There's that sort of cooler option there for Delicious Steak Dinner. But, Dreadringer, Brush, and Umbrella are all going to be staying.
First pop goes in favor of Delicious Steak Dinner, but doesn't do much damage here as Coral Converge is able to get some pink back down. Tufa doing a great job watching both of these sides, looking for the first pick, but it will go to Delicious Steak Dinner. So backing up now, Coral Convergence, Delicious Steak Dinner, they've got the first push here, but a quick pick there from Ray's Hammer, and not many points will go down early.
Yeah, I mean, not that much progress. 30 seconds into the game, a lot of, control in the middle of the area by Coral Convergence. They have a lot of, paint, a lot of numbers advantage. Finally going to be grabbing some Rainmaker and pushing it up towards that first checkpoint here, but this is a very strong defensive point, and that Kraken's going to be hunting for that Rainmaker, shielded by the other Kraken, it seems. But the Rainmaker is going to be going down all the same at 82-point mark. So, I mean, very smart defensive use of that special from Delicious Steak Dinner to sort of mitigate that damage control, and now they have a lot of, area painted by that Rainmaker.
I think the big thing we have to look for here, right, is someone has to make the big move. And you'll find 3 picks here, and it's Delicious Steak Dinner trying to get back in. And they're going to actually drop checkpoints. So maybe this is the moment I'm talking about, right? You have to find a moment to get those picks to really capitalize. Otherwise, you're going to shove yourself back and forth in mid. And this is the moment we needed. Delicious Steak Dinner all the way down to 48, and their push seems to have a little bit more gas in the tank. But there you go. A nice pick from the Tri-Zuka there. That should be enough to mitigate some pressure. And back to mid with Rainmaker.
Yeah, I mean, Zuka, it's just one of those things where you just kind of, you spray and you pray, and that prayer seemed to work in the favor of Coral Convergence there. So they're back in the driver's seat. I mean, Delicious Steak Dinner, they do have it solidly to 48, but on this map, you really want to get it below that sort of 20-point threshold. So still have a bit more work to do to get a safe lead, and that's going to be much harder if they're going to go 3 down here. So, I mean, Coral Convergence is by that Rainmaker here. They're getting more picks by the shield. It's just about getting that strong push going in their favor, which they haven't been able to do quite yet, but 3 minutes left on the timer here. There's plenty of time for them to get something started.
Yeah, we're back in sort of this weird territory of just back and forth in mid. I punch you in the face, you punch me in the face, and we all respawn happily. It's those moments of full team wipeouts that we're looking for here, and not a ton, it seems, of those moments coming out. A good job retaliating to picks quickly, and now a 4v2 will become a 3v4, right? Rainmaker resets evenly. So halfway through this game, no big point leads yet. So 48, I agree with you, not a great point value, but I mean, there's still a checkpoint to fall.
Yeah. I mean, 48 is nothing amazing, but it's better than nothing. And I mean, that's kind of what Coral Convergence is fighting up against here. They have to get something going, something started right now. They're going to have the Rainmaker in their hands right now, moving it toward that checkpoint here as we wait for the next slide of this Google Slide presentation here. But it looks like they're still going to be able to hold onto it for just a little bit longer, moving toward that checkpoint, so it seems. But yeah, let's see what's going to be happening.
The thesis of this presentation, to me, is no lead for Coral Convergence, and a strong defense, or a strong defense from Delicious Steak Dinner, but apparently also pure perseverance, maybe? And there's the lead coming through as a missed Reef Slider, and so much blue down on the field, but not enough to do any significant defense, and another wipeout will come out on the side of Coral Convergence. They're moving towards a KO. Bombs coming off the respawn. The Rainmaker loop her way through, gonna go down at 13 points, and that is totally a winnable value here as they choose to give a little bit of.
Yeah, I mean, 13 is a phenomenal lead on this map right now, especially compared to the 48, but I mean, Delicious Steak Dinner still has plenty of time to get that Rainmaker back into that sort of area. I mean, a minute on the clock might not seem like a ton of time, but on this map, I mean, you can get something going real fast if you get that momentum going in your favor in the right way. So that's going to be the big problem here for, you know, Delicious Steak Dinner. They're getting that Rainmaker over into the enemy pod here. 40 seconds to go right now. They have that control. They have that Kraken trying to hunt for some people. Three are going to go down. It seems, no, that pencil's still going to be alive up there. That ever-present pencil is going to help that assist on that Rainmaker with 30 seconds to go, and now it's just an all-out brawl in the enemy plat. Picks going down on either side here as they try to get this Rainmaker. Zuka is out. It's going to be popped. The Range Blaster is going to get the pick onto the Rainmaker as well. It's just absolute desperation from both these sides here. They want this lead so incredibly bad, and they're going to do everything they can. 10 seconds to go, though, and this Rainmaker is going to get surrounded by bombs and by enemy players, and I don't think there's enough time to pop that shield one more time, especially with that hammer, and that is going to be it. Coral Convergence, I believe, is going to be taking that game.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit too anxious to get the Rainmaker moving there at the end with Delicious Steak Dinner. Maybe a little bit slower gameplay. You know, find your enemy, spot them out, give the call out, and find a way through. I understand the range of the Rainmaker there is going to actually be a helpful tool for fighting, but the risk of going down and ending up in that desync cycle that we saw just isn't worth it. So a fantastic job recognizing that from Coral Convergence. Find the Rainmaker, call them out, and knock them out, even if it's a trade, just to stall. And a solid defense there, and Coral Convergence will take game 2.
I mean, just really well played games from on both sides, honestly. It's been a lot of comebacks, a lot of back and forth in here, but so far Coral Convergence has been coming out on top in both of these iterations here. So Delicious Steak Dinner is now just trying to, you know, play a little bit of damage control, you know, prevent it from getting too far away. So yeah, game 3 is going to be the place for that to happen. TC on Manta Maria. Brush, what is your thoughts on this map?
You're asking a retiree what it's like to go home. Because I don't know about you. I appreciate the changes in Splatoon 3's Manta. I appreciate where hotspots are. I genuinely believe this is one of the best designed Splatoon 3 tower control maps. I think seeing that blaster here is going to come out as a very strong weapon, right? Poking that top left, poking the bunker area, the top right. And otherwise, it's a map that I think benefits some very sharky, very aggressive gameplay. And we haven't necessarily seen a ton of that yet, but seeing these larger flanks play out here could totally be an opportunity for Delicious Steak Dinner to take game 3 and give themselves some tiebreaker points.
Yeah, I mean, Manta is definitely a, you know, blaster and bucket paradise, even more so on tower control. So seeing, you know, both the ranged blasters as well as that Dreadringer, as well as, you know, some flexion between the heavy edit and the pencil, I think it's going to be a really fun game to watch here. We're going to be seeing both of those heavy edits being coming out. We're going to see the vanilla blaster actually with the bubbler, a special that's really been on the rise lately in this meta. And of course, everything else is going to be staying the same. We all know all the cards on the table. We just got to see how they're played.
Stream, I want you to know our slideshow has been saved. So now if we're bad commentators, it's just our fault.
Shout out to Inky.
Yeah, shout out to stream producer Inkling here, helping us out changing regions. And some quick picks going to come out early for Coral Convergence. It looks like they'll be able to get the first push moving here. The first checkpoint now under attack is starting to fall. They need to push up ahead of this tower. That's exactly what we see them doing here. So great job taking strong positions here for Coral.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to be pushing up in front of and around that tower as much as possible. Just keep it safe. And already on that second checkpoint, very fast-paced game here for Coral Convergence. They don't want to leave anything up to chance. They want to control their own destiny, and they're going to be getting past that second checkpoint. Lickety split right there, but struggling to get more manpower on that tower. They did go down quite a few players, and they'll just take dinner, starting to restabilize their defense a little bit. But 46, very solid opening push.
Coral Convergence, lickety split. The delicious steak dinner. I mean, I hope it's tasty.
That delicious steak dessert is on the way.
Now, a push starting for our dinner team. A feast on the way, but a nice pick there is going to slow down their roll. Checkpoint 1 now under attack, and a huge jet there to try to spread out the defenders, and through that checkpoint they'll go. So, you know, a very back and forth game so far here.
Incredibly, I mean, as soon as Delicious Steak Dinner got in the driver's seat, they've been taking it all the way, already, you know, by that second checkpoint, almost done with it. Now threading that lead within their grasp, but Red Ring is going to be the only one alive, and it looks like it's going to be a sufficient enough defense from Coral Convergence to keep the lead back in their hands. But 48 to 46, this is absolutely anyone's game with 3 minutes to go.
Tower now looking towards a reset. And a fight for mid. It's the second time we're at an opener moment of this game. But this time, some specials on the way, and they're popped here now, looking for a pick. That's the hammer. Gonna go down in a trade, however. And oh god, Pinky, it's a slideshow again. I've got no idea what's happening.
The voices, they're getting louder. The voices, they're getting louder. I don't know what's real anymore, what's fake, Rush. All I know is that there's a very slight lead in the hands of Coral Convergence, and Delicious Steak Dinner is trying to put that, you know, pièce de resistance on the set, at least get something going in their favor here, but it's just going to be Delta alive as the Blaster player, forced to retreat, and it's actually going to get taken down in the process. So Coral Convergence, you know, a massive opportunity here with 2 minutes left to go on the timer, just moving the tower, getting the objective as far away from their side as possible.
I hear a hammer. I hear a kraken. I assume they're on the side of Coral Convergence here as they push the tower once again, expand that lead 1 point so far, but defense there from Delicious Steak Dinner is going to stall that out a little bit. A 3v4 now situation, so Coral Convergence able to keep pushing this tower, looking towards that third checkpoint. We are in some dangerous KO territory here for Coral Convergence.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as this tower starts to drop and the third checkpoint starts to play, I mean, you hear that boss music in your head. There's really nothing you can do other than just hope and pray you can get rid of that tower in time. And it looks like Coral Convergence is not going to be able to finish what they were setting out to do there. Good defense with Delicious Steak Dinner in the 11th hour when they needed it, but now 17 is where that point total is going to stand. And, I mean, a minute left on the clock, that is not a lot of time to get the tower all the way over there. You really have one more chance at a good push in this game, so it's just going to be about how Delicious Steak Dinner sets itself up for that one opportunity they have left.
Delta starting to even the score and helped out by Tensui. Now 2 players are down in Delicious Steak Dinner's favor as this tower marches towards that first checkpoint area, looking for another pick, and they'll find it. The bubbler now popped on the tower. No more juice available for Coral Convergence, and another pick in their favor. 4v1 situation here. I'm getting deja vu the other way as the tower starts to move down that wall, looking to find the lead there at that checkpoint. 19 ticks, 18, 17. They're going to find some picks, but no lead comes out. And a tie game goes to the first push. Coral Convergence holds on by a hair with 20 seconds.
17 to 18. I mean, it was 17-17. That is a heartbreaking wipe out there from Delicious Steak Dinner because, I mean, to be honest, I think that's the last chance they're going to get. They just have to throw themselves at the tower desperately, and Coral Convergence just has to sit back and watch as the bodies hit the floor with just a few seconds left. Hammer's going to be popping out. The slider going to be popped in desperation. Overtime horns are blaring, but a wipeout is going to be ensuing, and that is going to be it as Coral Convergence 3-0, but 3 very close games over Delicious Steak Dinner.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
Bodies
floor.
hit the floor.
Coral Convergence 3-0 over Delicious Steak Dinner. They were the team up 2-1 going into the set, right, Pinky?
I believe so. So now Coral Convergence walking out of the set 3-1. You gotta feel good about yourself. I mean, Delicious Steak Dinner 1-3 in 4 rounds. That does not feel good, no matter how you slice it. But even still, like, those were 3 phenomenal games. I think, like, right now it sucks. You feel like you suck.